Newsbeat.
The wind was just so intense. I'd never heard it like that before.
Tornadoes in Houston leave a large trail of damage. Black Friday deals continue to shrink across the U.S. And a local spice shop is teaching people the joys of cooking. All this and more, Tuesday Newsbeat starts now. Good evening and welcome to Tuesday Newsbeat. I'm Lexi DeCastro.
And I'm Morgan Charles. Welcome in. We begin tonight with news from Houston, where rebuilding efforts are already underway after storms left a trail of destruction yesterday. The National Weather Service has confirmed that 2 tornadoes touched down in the Bayou City yesterday. The tornadoes left over 100 homes damaged. Thankfully, no deaths or serious injuries have been reported. The tornadoes were a part of a larger storm system that moved through East Texas and West Louisiana. Stay tuned for your weather forecast to see if these storms may affect your holiday travel plans.
Shoppers across the nation are preparing for Black Friday, but less people are staying up to wait in lines as deals shrink. In recent years, consumers have ditched the 5 a.m. store openings in favor of online shopping, and it's no wonder why. While consumers used to enjoy steep discounts in stores, recent tariffs and inflation has caused businesses to reduce how good of a deal people can get for the holidays. LSU business professor Dan Rice explains why people may be upset over stores lowering deals.
That people are really focused in large part on their personal finances right now, and there's a lot of pressure for a lot of people financially, and they're concerned about trying to get a good deal. But at the same time, the retailers are seeing a lot of price pressure from things like tariffs and inflation that are driving those prices up.
With less deals and less stress during the Black Friday, shoppers can think longer on their purchases before hitting buy.
Whether you're a seasoned chef or someone who burns toast, there's always something new to learn in the kitchen. I took a look at how for one local business, cooking isn't just about following a recipe. It's about connecting food with flavor and one another. Whether you're 18 or 80, the kitchen can be an unnerving place to be. But at Red Stick Spice Company, they're helping people conquer those fears, one recipe at a time. Meet owner Ann Milneck, who says the cooking classes at Red Stick are crafted for the home cook, blending equal parts fun and learning.
My joke in the beginning when I first started teaching classes is that it felt like we were throwing a dinner party every night, but we didn't know who was coming.
For local resident Damian Danzy, what started as attending a friend's birthday celebration has become a new hobby. He's now taken 3 classes and has no plans to get out of the Red Stick kitchen anytime soon.
I think you get a nice cross-section of Baton Rouge in here. You get a different variety of people, different walks of life. I think I'm a huge Anthony Bourdain fan, so I think food is a way to bring people together, and I think this class represents that.
And Danzy said that while he admits he's no pro in the kitchen, this environment has created a safe place to learn, and he's picked up more than just a few new skills along the way.
I love to learn. Like tonight, Matt did a great job teaching knife technique. I spent a lot of time cooking. I learned 3 new things I can do with that.
Flat side is going to give you a nice stable base to cut on.
For Chef Matthew Stansbury, ending up in the Red Stick kitchen wasn't a part of the original plan.
COVID hit and all the restaurants shut down. So I ended up moving away from the restaurant industry and I worked for a nonprofit called Baton Roots at a farm. And it was at that moment I tried to decide whether or not I still loved working with food and cooking. My wife and I have decided to start a family. I have a 4-month-old, and we were looking a few years ago. I was looking for just different options, right? And this position came open, and I was like, I come from a family of teachers. I really love teaching, and being able to teach people how to cook what seemed like just a match made in heaven for me.
But the cooking classes aren't the only thing that make this business stand out. What they're cooking with is just as noteworthy, and something Milnick says the average person probably doesn't even think about.
People don't understand how many relationships I have with suppliers and how, they're in different time zones and they're in different parts of the world, and what it takes for me to communicate with them. I have some suppliers that supply me hundreds of things, and then I have other suppliers that supply me one thing.
So if you're even thinking about taking a class, Milnick only has one thing to say.
If you haven't been here, come see us. We have a blast.
From mastering the basics to building confidence behind the stove, locals are finding what a good meal starts with a good company.
This past weekend, Tanger Outlets hosted its annual Fall Craft and Vendor Market, bringing together small businesses. The spirit of fall was certainly in the air as the people who shopped at the market got to look at different offerings. The market ranged of items that people make themselves, and the best part is that each booth offered something unique. The event was stretched across a small part of the outlet parking so people could leave straight out the stores to come take a look. For small business owners, opportunities like this one can make a huge difference in getting their name out there.
Well, we are a new business. We started off in June. We're trying to get our name out there, so it's basically for exposure, and we want to get back to the community and have them try good lemonade.
For more events like these, you can find a full list of participating vendors and future market dates on Tanger Outlet's website. Next at 5, AAA has predicted that this will be the busiest Thanksgiving travel period on record. Luckily, Cassidy Trepanier has the forecast across the country so you could be prepared.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love. Love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
You need some help?
Your toe chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back. Before we take a look at the country, let's look at this week's forecast right here in BR. On Wednesday, we will see a high of 69 and a low of 54 with partly cloudy weather. Following on Thanksgiving, we will see sunny weather with a high of 62 and a low of 39. Now Friday, we will see partly cloudy again with that high of 63 and that low of 37. Following Saturday through Tuesday, we will see some rain in the forecast. Now let's take a look at the forecast for those who are traveling. Tomorrow in the south, such as Houston and New Orleans, we will see temperatures between the 70s to 80s. In the mid-region, such as Atlanta and Memphis, we will see temperatures range between the 40s to 60s. In the west, Los Angeles and Seattle, temperatures will range between the 40s and 80s. In the east, such as New York and Seattle, temperatures will range between the 50s and 70s. In the north, we will see temperatures ranging between the 20s to 40s. Now let's take a look at Wednesday night because that will lead into what will be Thanksgiving weather. In the south, such as Houston and New Orleans, we will see temperatures range between the 30s and 70s. And in the mid-region, we will see temperatures range between the 20s to 30s. Now, back in the west, we will see temperatures range between the 30s and 50s. And in the east, temperatures will range between the 30s and 40s. In the north, temperatures will range between the teens and the 20s. That's all I have for now.
Next on Newsbeat, while others are talking about turkey for Thanksgiving, I answer the real questions about the better bird. Hot Take Tuesday is after this.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
You need some help?
Your toe chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to another week of Hot Take Tuesday. I'm Courtney Evans. There's always something to debate about, like Michael Jordan versus LeBron James, Coke versus Pepsi, iPhone versus Android, but the best one, flats versus drums. Let's be honest here. If you say drums are better than flats, you are tripping. Flats are superior, period. And here's why. Drums are like gym bros, really bulky and loud, but somehow they are all bone and have no substance. Talk about boring. Flats, though, I like to call flats the Beyonce of the wing basket. All it consists of is two bones, one clean side, and boom, you're in flavor time. And don't get me started on the technique. Real flat wing lovers know that the twist and pull methods is a clean motion that leaves nothing behind. Now, this is not just a one-moment show. I put out a poll on Instagram to see who had elite knowledge and who didn't. Shout out to the 62% of people who agreed with me. That just goes to show y'all are on the winning team. If you are a person who prefers flats over drums, congratulations. You have joined the most goated team around. For anyone who disagrees, remember that there's levels to this and flats are at the top.
Today in Washington at the White House, a popular Thanksgiving tradition took place. President Donald Trump pardoned Waddle the turkey from appearing on tables this Thanksgiving. Weighing in at 50 pounds, Waddles is less than a year old, being hatched on July 14th. The presidential turkey pardon is believed to have been started by Abraham Lincoln at the request of his son, but only became an annual event in 1989 with George H.W. Bush. Waddles will live the rest of his days at North Carolina State University.
And speaking of Thanksgiving, what's the Thanksgiving forecast going to look like, Cassidy?
Well, it will be a pretty sunny day, Morgan, but it will be kind of cold. At 12 p.m., we will see a temperature of 60 degrees, and at 3 p.m., we will see our high of 62. Going into 6 p.m., it will be 54 degrees, and that sun will set at 5:04. Now, around 9 p.m., it will be 47 degrees, and we will see our low that night of 39. That's all I have for the Thanksgiving forecast.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight's Newsbeat.
To stay up to date on all LSU news and sports, be sure to follow all of our socials at LSU Tiger TV.
And tune into our shows every Monday through Thursday, live at 5. Until next time, I'm Cassidy Trepanier.
I'm Morgan Charles.
And I'm Lexi DeCastro. Have a happy Thanksgiving.